What's going on? Hey, all right. Let's settle you all in. We're gonna get started here in a few. Just gonna give you all a little bit of background. What's gonna happen? Panel stream. We're not gonna do too many jokes. I mean, we can do some jokes, but we got to keep it kind of like on the respectful side because we are going to be discussing things that are pretty serious right now happening in the Mid East, and it affects a couple people. Some of the people that are supporters of this channel, and this individual wants to spread the words and bring out a message for everyone who's in the earshot that's kind of concerned or curious to know what's happening and what our role as U.S. citizens are to this topic. So, as you see the title, there's been a order from the State Department for individuals to leave Iran right now. Travel to the country is banned and forbidden. They're not doing it right now because of protesters. It's becoming violent. People are dying. So there's a lot of unrest and uncertainty because power has been cut. So there's no way of communicating with the people there. There's minimal internet because of Starlink, but it's not enough. So let me bring in the guest right here and we'll get started. So let me do this and then we will undeafen. All right. Welcome. So, Mondo, hello.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, man. Welcome. So Mondo doesn't need to be cammed up. We all know how Mondo is. He's more welcome to put his camera up if he wants, but he said he doesn't want to. So I said, okay, we'll keep it like this. But y'all guys are more than welcome to give him questions if you want. He's going to run down some history as to how this conflict came to be. What up, and how the situation kind of unfolded. The country's been oppressed for over 70 years, so it's been a lot of struggle, multi-generational. So, sir, you're more than welcome. Floor is yours.
Yeah, man. First of all, I appreciate you reaching out to invite me. Hopefully next time I join the panel, it'll be under happier circumstances. But obviously, for people that don't know, the reason I'm on here is because I'm born in Iran. I was born in Tehran in 1987, shortly after the revolution. So the revolution happened in 1979 is when I completed. So for people that don't know, Iran used to be a powerhouse in the Middle East. We were what the Saudis are today, except more westernized. So we were very progressive in the 60s. In the 50s, women could vote in Iran. In the 50s. This is in the 50s. So a lot of European countries at the time didn't have the rights that Iran gave to women in the 50s. There was women in our army, just like the IDF today, right? We had women pilots in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Women were getting educated. They had great jobs. We had women CEOs in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Put that in perspective. And right now, women are getting slaughtered for nail polish. So that's how we went back 1,500 years. We were we were an advanced nation all of our life. Iran's got a 6,000-year history. We were one of the biggest empires back in the day. For people that don't know, it was the Romans, the Greeks, the Persians, and the Egyptians. Like you hear those names all the time. You don't hear the Persians as much. However, we conquered almost the whole world. For people that don't know, and not to kind of foreshadow with where we're heading, but I'm sure, Bivaz, you've seen a lot of people from Israel are showing a lot of support towards the people in Iran right now. So a lot of people are confused by that because they think that Iran and Israel should just hate each other. For people that don't know, Iran has always protected Israel throughout history. We were the ones that protected them, that freed them. Cyrus the Great, that's my dad's name, Cyrus, He's the one that freed the Jews and sent them back to Judah. He freed all the slaves. And fact check me if you'd like. Please do your own research. All I'm saying to you is all factual. You can chat GPT everything I'm saying to you right now. You know? Lucky Duck, absolutely. Pahlavi, that's our guy, man. As his father, you know, we'll get into all that, man. That's the king. That's who we want back, bro. You know? So you know, just to go back on the history. So, you know, Iran had a great relationship with America. The Shah at the time, his name was Pahlavi also. He was Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. This one is Cyrus Reza Pahlavi. And his grandfather was Reza Shah Pahlavi. So that was the OG. And he was a gangster, man. This is like in the early 1900s. That dude was a gangster. Like he you know, you fucked with him, man. He would one of his methods was they would pour hot grease on your head publicly.
Damn.
And that's if you disrespected women, anything. They believed in equality back then. Like they were very progressive. So you know, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, he had a great relationship with JFK. He had a great relationship with many presidents throughout history. But when it came to Carter, is when things took
fell apart.
A downhill. It was a wrong turn, man. And basically what happened is Iran was getting too much power. The Saudis didn't like it. The Westerns didn't like it. The UK particularly was not happy with Reza Shah being so powerful. And he was upcharging the oil prices with America, and they weren't happy about that. So that's where the issues stem from, was over oil and money, and the West was not happy about it, and they did not want him to be that powerful. And at the same time, the country was not too happy with him. So I'll be perfectly honest, you know, be completely transparent. He wasn't also perfect. He was also a semi-dictator, but he was fair compared to like these people. I'll take his father any day, you know? So what happened basically is the CIA, also President Carter, with the French Republic, were basically helping Khomeini go back to Iran. So for people that don't know who Khomeini is, Ayatollah Khomeini, which I don't even like calling this fucking guy Ayatollah, like he doesn't... Khomeini was one of these guys that basically lived in the villagers. He wasn't from Tehran, he was from a small city in Iran. He was very religious, you know, an extremist back then. And that's why they kicked him out of the country, because they were like, yo, we don't want this shit here, right? We don't want this shit. So they kicked him out. For some reason, France, I don't know what's going on in the UK. I know they love Islam now. Not sure what the connection is. I don't know why back in the 70s and 60s, the French had connections with the Ayatollah, but they housed him for many years in France. And he continued to do these recordings, these extremist recordings, and he would send it to Iran. And basically he started gathering support by giving false promises. People were poor at the time. Shah was getting rich. He was not sharing the wealth. Khomeini saw it basically as an opportunity to say, hey, if you guys pick me and choose Islam, I will give you free housing, free gas, free electricity. Everyone will have jobs. All the same promises that all the commies do, right? Like everything's for free. And we'll live all as one community. It'll work out. It'll be a beautiful thing. And overnight, hijab was mandatory. We don't wear burqas, but, you know, hijab was mandatory. Women could no longer work. Like, we lost all our rights overnight, dude. Overnight. It became a fucking dictatorship. And within 2 months, he announced himself as the Ayatollah. They changed the flag, you know, which is why we want to change the flag back to the lion and the sun, because that's the flag that represents us. This shit that you see now on there, those are Arabic letters. We're not Arabs, bro. We went to war with Arabs. Persians have never gotten along with Arabs. We've never gotten along with Arabs ever in history, ever. Right? Until they took over, they forced people with Islam, right? Because we used to be Zoroastrian. For people that don't know, Zoroastrian is way before Christ, is way before everything. Zoroastrian is very similar to Buddhism. It's a lifestyle. You know, be good, do good, treat animals well, treat everybody well, you know? So it was more of a lifestyle. And I wish we could go back to that. So people accepted Islam. He came in and it was a dictatorship, and they started mass slaughtering people. We had public executions. Anybody that tried to fight back, there was mass public executions. And I'll kind of stop right there because I've been talking for like 10 minutes. I'll like kind of be Vaz, ask any questions, anything you want to ask me as far as the history before I jump into what happened after the revolution.
Well, I'm gonna make us smaller, and I'll bring up a window capture, so you can pretty much have some visual aid to what you're referencing. You know, so let's go. What was the names that you were mentioning here? What was the guy?
As far as
the king that you wanted
Khomeini?
back. The one you want back.
Oh, Pahlavi. Yeah, well, it's his son that we want back. He died. He died.
What was his?
He's
What's
dead.
the name? What's the one you want back? Cyrus.
Just type in Reza Pahlavi. It'll pop up. So Reza.
There it is.
Pahlavi is Pah.
Oh, he's the one that's been exiled.
Well,
I know him.
Both of them. Him and his son, both were exiled.
All right, so we'll use Wikipedia. It's not the best, but there you go. We'll zoom in.
There you go. First one. Yeah. So that's his son. That's the one that we want to go back. He's been in America for the last 50 years. So he's completely westernized. He's been educated in America. He got trained in the Air Force in America. So.
Yep. He also created the Iran National Council in 2013.
He did. That was his plan to regain Iran back.
He's been trying to come back for a minute. This might be his ticket in, but here's the but. There's another issue here developing. So give me a second. Let me go in here. Don't get upset, guys. Yeah, I like Fox News. They were talking about. I'm gonna have to look for it in here in the Western things, politics world. It's not here. Let me go into my.
Yeah, Lucky Duck. We don't want none of the Arab shit in our country, man. I don't know. I'm assuming you're probably not Persian. Saying Reza is Bibi's guy again. All these conspiracy theories, as far as all these people are being paid by Israel and America to say this. You know how many people have called me a Zionist over the last fucking 2 weeks?
You seen this
for speaking about my own family?
Have you seen this, Mondo? That the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia wants to take over Iran now. Did you see that?
I did not.
Yeah, this just came out today. So
I mean, good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. You're gonna have to slaughter 90 million
tensions
people.
Increase over there. Iran's weakening. There's a power vacuum now, and that power vacuum is now looking like, hey, we could take this over. And it doesn't look good. So if they try, it's going to be like the same. You know, they have the same kind of things as Iran. They don't have like I understand they're more progressive and whatnot, but the Crown Prince killed people. The one in Saudi Arabia, he got in trouble for that. What's his name? It starts with a B. He was.
I mean, they've all killed people, man.
Journalist. He took him. This guy. Oh my gosh, what the hell is his name? I can't remember, but this happened in the 2010s. He went to a hotel and he got poisoned. So the U.S. they did an investigation and they found out that he was responsible, the Crown Prince, but they didn't do anything with it. You know, they left it alone, especially Trump. Trump left it alone because they have the oil. He's got the relations with them. But I hope Trump doesn't allow this dude to take over because of the situation happening in Iran. They're going to have a problem with the government. There's really no government to step in unless Saudi Arabia offers to help. Kind of like what we're doing in Venezuela. They'll do the same in Iran till they get their government up. They'll stay there. Well, my feeling is if they do that, they won't leave. That's
not happening at all. I wouldn't even entertain that idea. That's just not happening. That's just simply not even. a thing that could happen. Like I said, they would have to literally kill 80 million people. There's no way, because people right now are saying get the Arabs out of our country. You think they're going to be like, okay, yeah, let Saudi Arabia come run our country? That's not going to happen, bro.
All right.
They've burned 250 mosques in Tehran, bro. The trend right now is burning Qurans and lighting cigarettes with it. Do you think they're going to be down with the Saudi Arabians coming over? Like, no, Iran wants to get away from religion. They're saying, yo, we don't want this at all. Get this shit out of our country.
All right, so we'll just click on these and let you talk about a couple of these demonstrations that are happening and Iran's response to it.
Well, also, I want to kind of explain this too. So this isn't just for Iran. People need to understand that this would help the world tremendously. That includes the U.S., that includes UK, that includes the whole Middle East. Everybody. We save taxes. You know how much taxes we're sending over to, protect us from terrorism, and how much money we're sending to Israel. We're sending like $4 billion to Israel. I think one year we sent 18 or 22 billion dollars to Israel. You know,
talking about what Iran does.
Well, because Iran is the one that's funding. Iran funds all the terrorists, bro. Like, that's,
wait, U.S.
Iran,
funding for what? Terrorism? Is that what
no, I'm saying they fund all the terrorists. So if they go down,
funding.
nobody can fund. Yeah, nobody can fund the terrorism anymore if they go down. You see what I'm saying? Iran, the UAE, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia are the only countries that have regimes that have legitimate money to do anything, right? So the UAE,
1 billion, 700 million to 1 billion.
Yeah,
for terrorism.
Yeah, and you got to keep in mind, a large chunk that we send to Israel is for this type of shit. So if there's less of that, you can send much less to Israel. We don't need to send 4 billion to Israel every year.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. So is there anything else diplomatic like things that you know, like what's happening inside of Iran, like on the ground? Like, do you have any contact with people inside?
I haven't had contact with anybody for 4 days. I am obviously like in a lot of communities with Iranians that have been in touch with other people in Iran. So what's happening right now is it's being reported that about 20,000 are dead that have been slaughtered. And this is just in the last 4 days. They do have executions planned for tomorrow. And they will be publicly doing these. So I don't know how they're going to pull this off, because I'm sure people are going to attack them and they're just going to shoot more people.
Whoa.
So the interesting thing is people are doxing all of the IRGC, all of their family members. So what people are doing is at the middle of the night, their doors are being tagged with an X. So that way people know where they live. So hundreds of IRGC members have been killed by Iranians in their own homes because they now know where they live. And I hope they kill every fucking one of you.
Whoa.
Right?
Careful. We don't. We bad people. But yes, I agree.
Yeah, the IRGC. I'm talking about.
They should pay the price for sure.
I'm talking about terrorists.
Yes.
But yeah, down with terrorism.
Yeah.
So that's basically what's happening, man.
Yeah. All right. So you're done. You're good.
I mean, there's so much more I can get. It just depends on what you want me to get into. There's just so much happening in Iran right now.
So what I would like for you to fill in is, you gave us the history, you gave us like the takeover, but all the things that happened since the takeover, what has happened to the economy? What has happened to the social economic issues, like all that? So what's happened since then, the last 70 years, pretty much?
Right.
Give us
I left
notes.
Yeah. So when I left Iran, our currency is called rial. We call it toman. That's kind of like the street way to say it, but the actual currency name is rial, RIAL. So when I left Iran, $1 equaled 7 rial. So keep that in mind. $1 was 7 rial. Today, It's $1 equals 1.5 million real. Our currency is worthless. They've fucking completely crashed the economy. There's no jobs. There's no food. The country has no water. There's literally no water in the country. It's dried. So, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just coughing. No, you good.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something.
No.
So yeah, I mean, they've completely destroyed everything that we've had, and for people like myself, man, I mean, they've taken people's childhoods. You know what I mean? Like I haven't been able to go back to my country for fucking 27 years. I couldn't even go see my dad's grave. You know, it's I don't know, man. It's tough. And to be honest with you, man, a lot of people that are outside the country like myself, we have a lot of survivor's guilt. Because
Right.
a lot of these people I went to school with. So best believe, man, I'll always have a place in America. I'm a citizen of here, but as soon as the doors are open, I feel
you're
like
going back,
as a
right?
citizen of Iran. What was that?
You're gonna go back though, right? As soon as you can.
Yeah, as soon as I can. I'm gonna keep my house here so that way I can travel back and forth.
Right.
Because I do work remotely, and I've already talked to my job. They're completely cool with me going back. But I feel like it's my duty to go back and help rebuild the country if I'm able to. And not being there right now makes me feel very guilty. I want to go protect it from them ever coming back again. These people will never come back to my country. Once they're out, we have to keep them out. There's just no way. And this generation, man, and it's honestly, thanks to the internet, social media, these are the things that motivated people to go outside because, this younger generation never knew what Iran looked like in the 70s. They didn't know who Reza Shah Pahlavi is.
Right.
Reza Shah is not taught in history in Iran. They just fucking talk about Allahu Akbar and reading the Quran and all this shit. That's like they don't actually teach you anything anymore. It's they teach you religion, and people have gone out of their way and they're educating themselves on what happened here, and they're like, oh, like what? Like this is what it used to. What are we doing here? And then once they learn the history and they're like, oh, okay, so we're not. This isn't our culture. Like this isn't our identity. This is not what we were. Why is there turbans in my country? There was no turbans in Iran until the 70s. The Arabs introduced that, and it's because Khomeini and Khamenei, the Ayatollah now, they're obsessed with the Arab world. They're huge leaders in the Arab world, even though they're not Arab. It's bizarre because they're Shiites. So there's a split between Islam. It's Shiites and Sunnis, and all Arabs are for the most part Sunnis and Persians are Shiites, although there's Shiites in Iraq now and so on and so forth.
For shits and giggles, Mondo, let the audience know. I'm gonna ask you the question: how long have the Shiites and Sunnis been fighting each other?
Ever, man. I mean, that's
like
been going on forever.
Years. It's like it's been so long. Well, not 10,000. Forgot. It's like they kind of forgot.
Yeah, I mean,
literally like because the fight. Well, it's like 10,000 because if you really go back in the numbers, it's like Mesopotamia. That was like the first civilization. Persia was part of that. You guys are all part of the first. Like I think they said
the Sumerians,
like
the Iraqis
in general started in Iran. It was like I think it's Iran, Iraq, and what's the other one? The Saudi Arabia. I guess that whole area. You guys are all considered like the first of the civilizations that were ever recorded in history. Sumerians and all that stuff. That's all over there. And then it started going towards the west. Then you all, like you said, your people conquered majority of that area all the way up to Horn of Africa, I believe. You guys had like a majority of that area. And then the Greeks came in. Then you guys were fighting the Greeks. And the Greeks were fighting the Romans. Right. And then you had the Mongolians. You guys were fighting the Mongolians. So going off of that, war has been in your country since the beginning of time, pretty much, of recorded time. You guys don't know anything else since that whole regime took over. Is just oppression and just the way the dictator took over your country. It was just a messed up. Like you guys should never suffer like that. And a lot of people are starting to wake up. And I'm glad that your folks are able to like push back now and actually getting movement. Because I think you've done this plenty of other times, right? this ain't the only other protest that y'all had. That y'all had some movement, but it got shut down, right?
Yeah. So we had the Green Movement, we had the Bloody November, which is basically when they shut the internet down for the month of November in 2019, I want to say it was, and they killed thousands of people then. And then 2022 is when Masa Amini, when she got murdered. She was basically not wearing her hijab, and they beat her to death. And that's when women stopped wearing hijabs. And I mean, since 2022, man, I mean, hijabs are not really worn in Iran as much anymore. It's mainly older people. The younger generations are not wearing them. They just don't give a fuck anymore. So this has been boiling for a couple of years. They just they essentially stopped following the rules in 2022. They just said, "Fuck it, we're not doing any of this." Like they just stopped, and they've been killing people ever since. And once the economy hit at its lowest, which is fucking ground zero right now.
Boiling over point. Once you take the economy away from the people, you have now got a revolt in your hands. So,
well, Vaz, what do you have to lose when you don't have water, you don't have a job, your money your currency hits zero?
Yeah.
The regime is slaughtering your people, doing public executions. You can't hold hands with your husband.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have to lose? You go out there and fight for it, and if you die, you die. That's the point that people are at.
That's the revolt. And so I totally agree. This is something that it's long overdue, and it should have happened. Like I think it should have happened in 1979. The dude should have had just one day of rain, and then been gone. Pushing out the king, the former king, was unnecessary. And that Carter, he's to blame. And that weakness in leadership causes these problems, and that's like throughout history if you look at it. So can we shift towards like what you sent me in the text, or you still want to talk about more of the history?
The only other thing I'll say is the Iran and Iraq war, which that kind of goes into the revolution too. So Iraq.
Okay, so like the Desert Storm, everything that we got involved in, all that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So Saddam Hussein attacked Iran a year after the revolution happened, and it's because he wanted to take over the Persian Gulf. So his idea was, okay, the regime just changed, they're weakened, they're in a transitional period. This is the perfect time to attack them. So he bombed us out of nowhere, and we were at war with them until 1989. I was born in 87, so the war ended when I was 2. For people that don't know, just to paint you a picture, this is a real story, man. This is real shit. There was no aid in Iran when my mom was pregnant, and they were bombing us so bad that we were literally sleeping like in an apartment shelters. Our shelters, we didn't have like bomb shelters like Israel, you know, so we would have to go in these apartment complexes and sleep in the parking lots, which are underground. So thousands of people would sleep in these parking lots, and my mom literally had a C-section in a parking lot without pain medicine, because they couldn't give pain medicine to pregnant women or anybody unless you were hurt from the war. So they were saving all the pain medicine for people that were, you know, wounded during the war. But just to kind of give you a personal example, that's literally like real shit. My mom didn't even have me in a hospital, bro. She had me on the ground, no medicine, you know.
Yeah.
So
damn, your mom's a G. So
hold on, I don't mean to interrupt you, man.
Yep,
shout out to all Iranian women that are out there. My mom is not the only G. Those women over there, again, I'm biased. Go look at what the fuck they're doing. Name me any other group of women. You're talking about feminism. Shame on all the feminists that are living in America. All the liberals out there that are waving all these flags blindly. This is what you should be supporting. If you're a feminist, they're doing the most feminist thing possible, bro. They're literally going, and people are calling us Islamophobic and all this shit.
Yeah, it's not
a phobia has to be something you're scared of. They're not scared of Islam. They're burning down mosques. That's not being scared of Islam. That's facing it and saying, "Yo, we don't want this. We're good. This is not us." Right?
It should
if the Arabs want to practice that,
too. It should be their freedom to choose. Not this was
and that's fine. Listen, bro, I'm not saying every Muslim has to leave my country. Right? I get it. I get it. There's gonna be Muslims around that are Iranian, and that's fine. I'm not saying you should burn down mosques, by the way. I'm not saying that, and I'll shed some light on why they're doing that, because it's not just for religious purposes. You should have the freedom to choose. I'm okay with Muslims staying there. Don't be an extremist though. Practice that shit in your house. Don't force it on other people, and don't do no crazy shit.
Yeah,
leave
no
us alone.
Jehovah's Witness / Islamic freaking radicals in this place. None. You knocking on my door, I'm gonna freaking throw a book at you. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'd just say I'm an atheist. Goodbye.
No, and I'm cool with that, bro. Like and you know,
Word.
just for the record, do I give a fuck that they're burning down mosques? No, I don't, because that shit to me is toxic, man. I grew up around that shit. I don't want it around me. I don't want it, you
Right.
know. But I also see why people are saying it's disrespectful, because you are shitting on a whole region. But you know, you have to look at it from our lens.
It's an
This
oppressive.
is
It's a symbol of oppression.
That's exactly what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. This is the symbol of oppression to us. This is
Right.
what ruined our lives. So this
Yeah.
is what we blame, right? So when we see this, we're like, no, this is what took my mom away. This is what took my brother away. This is
Yeah.
no,
So
I don't
Mondo,
want anything to do with this.
it's like the same with the lefty lunatics were burning down like monuments and stuff of like what Robert E. Lee, you know, when they were putting a bag over his head, and
Right.
Thomas Jefferson, and you know, because he was a slave owner and whatnot. They, you know, same kind of concept. They're saying this symbolizes the times when the people were being oppressed and whatnot, but they really weren't being oppressed. But at the same time, that's the way it was feeling. You know, that's how that 1619 project, all those things came into play. But I totally agree, right? If you are looking at this mosque and all you can remember is the pain of your whole family just having to deal with, like, I was never given the choice, and so I'm going to do what I need to do to make this go away. So I totally am okay with that. Like, that's freedom of expression. Like the protest kind of, you know, when you burn down things, you kind of, it's not peaceful anymore. It's more of a revolt, and it's a revolt for a reason, as you had mentioned.
Right, but let me. So I want to clear this up.
Yeah.
Bobby in the chat is asking, burning things in your own city to send a message has never made sense to me, and I agree with that. But let me clear this up. So the reason why they're burning mosques is not only because it's a symbol of oppression for us, right? It's because the IRGC, their bases are underneath these mosques. This is not just a mosque, bro. They're burning the IRGC bases. That's what people need to understand. Where they're getting their weapons, their everything is down there. That's why they're burning it.
They have an underground tunnel system, a very elaborate.
Exactly. That's why they're burning it. They're burning the mosque because that's where the weapons are. That's where their food is. That's where their shelter is. That's why they're burning that shit. So anything that you've seen in Iran burned has been rightfully burned, bro. And I'm saying this and I'm standing on it. There's been no looting. People aren't stealing anything out of stores. There's 0 stores burned. Nothing. It's only government buildings, tax buildings, the IRGC bases, military bases. They're doing this the right way, bro. They've really like targeted the right areas. They're not attacking random people. Everyone's safe out. Everyone's protecting each other. You know, everyone's on the same page. This isn't like the BLM riots. No one's stealing Jordans. No one's fucking looting Target. None of that is happening.
Stealing Jordans? Oh, yeah. On that note, no, I'm missing. I'm not going to bring it up, but you know, there's a couple of. We have to be sensitive to all the SA victims. Shout out to DJ. Anyways, so you guys who are not familiar with what's going on over in Iran right now, we have Mondo here trying to spread awareness and, you know, and let everyone know, like, hey, this is very, like, personal to him. It's very close to home. It's in his hometown. This is all happening. So what I would like to shift to, Mondo, if you don't mind, is the text you sent me. And it's the thumbnail. It was the message you had sent me regarding the State Department's message. So yesterday, last night, there was a State Department alert sent to everybody who was in the country or going to go to the country. All flights have been canceled. Anyone who's in Iran that's a U.S. citizen has to leave, like, as of the message that got sent last night. And the reason why, because Mondo asked me, what does this mean? What do you think this means? So I said, shit's about to go down. Like, it's about to get real. Like, as far as military action goes, this is what I'm kind of, let's say, speculating. I can't say officially because I'm not a part of their deployment plans or anything like that, but gauging on how these things work. how it's worked in other times, for the Gaddafi situation, when we had the Saddam situation. It's looking like both Israel and the U.S. are going to have some type of operation. There will be some humanitarian aid going at the same time, um, because of the dire situation. There's the lack of water and food is a big problem. It's not the job situation, but the lack of water and lack of food, and the killing of the protesters. Though there's like these three things there that are kind of no-nos. You're not supposed to just kill protesters because you're upset that they're kind of like exposing you for being a shitty, government. So Trump is like saying, "Hey, help is on the way." So when he says those things, it's kind of like you got about 24 to 48 hours of notice. Like, okay, government of Iran, you either give up the country to the people and get the hell out of there, or you all gonna suffer. And I could say by the 16th, you'll hear about this, because this is how these guys operate. Right now, it's dark. That's the first 24 hours. By tomorrow night at this time, you're probably going to hear that there's been some type of operation, some covert ops happening. Maybe a leader or two gets taken out and all that stuff, and protesters are getting humanitarian aid, because the way these guys operate, they operate in the dark. So that's where I'm thinking military wise is going to happen, Mondo. That's where I'm saying, stuff's about to get real, is that there's going to be some very quick, it's going to be very fast. There's not going to be a lot of conflict, because even if the military is involved, their military is kind of like stretched thin because of how bad it is over there. And with the burning of the mosques that you were saying that are linked to those bases that are underground, and the bombing of, well, these pretty much started with the bombing of the dang nuclear sites. That kind of crashed everything when Trump hit those sites. So this thing was a downward spiral. I saw it all the way then. I said, oh, Iran's going to fall. Like, it's going to fall very soon. So you go ahead and you can speak on that.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, let me answer two questions that I see in the chat, just so I don't forget. So Captain Ridiculous is asking, Mondo, what's your position on the strike that happened with their nuclear program, and do you think ultimately it mattered? So kind of what you're saying. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I was for them not having a nuclear program. I don't want any Ayatollahs to do anything with a nuclear program. Absolutely not. Was I happy when they hit Iran out of nowhere, when Israel? No, I was not happy about it, because I thought a lot of I feel like they could have targeted it better, than just like bombing like people in Tehran. And not many people died, to be fair. But it was kind of risky. It kind of came out of nowhere. There was no warning. It didn't sit right with me. But when you fast forward, like I get it, man. They kind of kicked their back legs out. They weakened them. They're on their knees now. So I definitely think it contributed a whole lot to it. And then, you stack on top what happened with the economy, what happened in 2022. Keep in mind, man, I don't want to undersell the fact that a lot of this stems from 2022. 2022 is when Iranian women created this revolution, essentially. I credit them a lot for this, man. They were the ones out there that got slaughtered in 2022. They went out there, they took all their clothes off and dressed regular, and they got killed for it. And people stood up for it, man. And it's, it's just that time, man. We're at the boiling point, and I understand it. I understand it. For somebody that was there, for somebody that's, keep in mind, I was there till I was 10 years old, man. I was almost 11 years old, so I remember. You know what I mean? I remember. I remember burned up tanks from Iraq. I remember the public executions. I remember all this stuff. This is stuff that's traumatized me my whole life. This is why I won't forgive them. This is why I am harsh about Islam and all this stuff, because we all are 80 million strong, bro. None of us want this shit. We all lost our lives to this, bro. Yeah, I got saved and I came to America and lived a comfortable life, thank God, but you'll never take away those 10 years. Those 10 years, man, I should have been watching fucking The Goonies here and Captain Planet and all that. Instead, I was watching these fucking Ayatollahs doing public executions and talking about Muhammad and Prophet Ali. And like, what is that? What is that? That should be a choice. If you're into that, great, go study it, bro. I don't care if you do. That shouldn't be my homework. Shouldn't be reading the Quran. You know what I mean? That's just never set right with me. I don't know. Certain things you can't forgive, man. I'll never forgive that regime. I will never forgive them for bringing another culture into our country that wasn't our culture and forcing it on us and pretending that we are that, because we're not. It's just not in our blood, bro. It's not in our blood. And this is not that long, bro. This is 47 years ago. We're not talking about 300 years ago. This is 47 years ago. My mom was alive.
Yeah,
you know, everybody was alive, bro.
So Captain Ridiculous said, better question, could it have been rolled out better than it did instead of a huge military flex?
You know, I think a lot of people are worried about boots on the ground, and I don't think you're going to see that at all. I think this is a very different scenario than Iraq. I think a lot of people are comparing this to what happened with Iraq when you know America essentially went over there.
Because here's the difference there, Captain Ridiculous. The military is weakened. See, when we went after Saddam, which we should have never done, by the way, I was serving during that time, and I was totally against the Iraqi war. I was for the war on terrorism, but I was not for Saddam Hussein getting taken out, because Saddam Hussein getting taken out caused a huge problem in the Mid East. Believe it or not, Saddam kept people in check, just so you know. Him being gone started the whole ISIS stuff, made the Taliban stronger and all that stuff, and created a whole bunch of things like the Houthis, the Hezbollah, and all the Syria. Like, Saddam kept a lot of those people out of those areas. That's even though he did crimes against his own people, yes, but which government in like all these other foreign governments has not? Like, even our government's been accused of doing these things. COVID. Anyways,
so can I correct one thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So with Saddam, so with these terrorist group, right? So Iran is largely funding two of them, which is mainly Hezbollah. Hezbollah is Iran's, but it's under Lebanon, right? So they're Lebanese, but they're funded by Iran. So when I was in Iran, Hezbollah was all over the place as guards, right? As like the morality police. Those were Hezbollah members because they had the Hezbollah flag and everything. So Hezbollah is tied to Iran. That has nothing to do with Iraq, although they did migrate over to Iraq and take over when the Shiites really spread out to Iraq. And it's funny because they attacked us and they started praising the Ayatollah. Like, Iraq loved the Ayatollah more than they loved Saddam Hussein, bro. It's bizarre. I don't really understand it. Also Hamas. Hamas is funded by the Ayatollah. That he's confirmed this. He's proud of it. He says it on his speeches. This is not me like creating some Zionist conspiracy theory. Like, I don't know where this weird shit's coming from. These are things that he confirms. He says, yo, I'm behind Hamas and Hezbollah. Okay, you're proud of that? Then stand by it. And he has, and that's why he needs to be offed, bro. It's just as simple as that. And Lucky Duck, I did miss your question. I'm going to scroll up and because I don't want to be rude. He said, Mondo, do you want to see U.S. military in Iran to facilitate a regime change, or should we stay out of it? If America did not have directly something to do with the regime being in there in the first place, I would say it's not America. They should not be involved, you know?
It's a wrong
but
that we
the
need
reason
to
why
correct.
I'm okay. What was that?
It's a wrong that we need to correct.
Yeah, and that's why I'm okay with America stepping in, because if it wasn't for America, they would have never been in the first place. America supported this shit, bro, in the 70s. This is factual. Like, the CIA reports are out there.
Yeah, and funny enough, I think Clinton tried to, make things a little bit easier too. I think I remember seeing something about that, but he never got anything because his foreign policy sucked. Obama was weak, and he made everything worse. And Biden made everything worse. Trump tried to do it. He tried to bring them in for the Abraham Accords, but the nuclear program was the main issue. So,
and this is again very different from Iraq, because we don't need them necessarily to help us that much with a new regime, because we already chose somebody. Iraq didn't even want America there. In Iran, people are naming streets after Trump. They're saying, "Yo, come over here. We want you to come kick this guy out. So it's very different. We want the change. They're begging for it.
Yeah.
Iraq didn't want the change. They were like, yo, we don't want you in our country. We want people to come and kick them out. And we already chose a leader. So this is a different, and this is not going to be something where it's like, oh, Iran is unstable, needs to be stabilized. What's going on over there for 12 years? No, they already have chosen somebody, and he's already said he's willing to die for it. He's a millionaire in California, living very comfortable right now. He doesn't have to do this.
So, that's where I was going with what you were saying, Mondo, is that the people themselves were not oppressed like that. They didn't mind Saddam. They didn't like him in a way, but they weren't like trying to revolt. There was, you never heard anything about Iraq until Bush. Like, he was the only one that brought up Iraq. It was always Afghanistan, Pakistan. It was always those countries that harbored the terrorists. Yes, Saddam had harbored some terrorists, but you don't really hear. You didn't, like, literally for real, Mondo, I shit you not. I didn't know about the whole thing with Saddam until I actually started looking it up, because I was too young to know about Desert Storm. Right, it had ended so soon. It was like early '90s. It was done, and I was just, watching some Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. I wasn't really focused on like foreign policy. I was 6 years old. So during that time, I didn't realize that Bush Jr. had a vendetta against Saddam Hussein. And one thing I did learn in going into the military is that Saddam Hussein being gone, I was there for the removal. The conflicts that have happened after that have gotten worse in that area. Now, Iraq, it took them how long to get a government? How many elections? They hit Saddam being gone. He said had such a grip on the military that it was so difficult to even bring another government in, because those guys who were brought in initially were corrupt. So they had to like start all over. I don't know if you remember that, but they had a whole election, and the election literally didn't matter because everybody had to go, and then they started over. It was like a repeat process. Now, Iran will never have this problem, because what's going to happen is, like I said, it's going to be quick, it's going to be fast, and what's going to be mostly about is humanitarian aid to go to the country. But if anybody is going to suffer, it's going to be the government themselves. The military is weakened, and Saddam Hussein didn't have a weakened military. He had a very strong military, but that's why the conflict lasted so long, because there were so many loyalists that refused to give up. So, but over there, you may have some military members that are like, I don't want to do this. Like these are my people. So there'll be some defects. And if they see the U.S. is involved, they'll even more defects. So it's the only thing that keeps a government strong is their military, right? And the people that are kind of like in between, the Royces of the citizenship of the populace. So if you have people on the fence, don't know what they want to do, you don't know if they, maybe, but I don't want this to happen to me, if I side with these people. Or they have family that could get compromised if they did defect, kind of like a North Korea situation. I'll let you go. What's up, Jay?
Yeah, so again, with Iran, it's also another reason why it's different than the regime changes you've seen in Libya and Afghanistan. I mean, look at Afghanistan, bro. I mean, look, the day they left, Taliban came back. I mean, come on. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. And honestly, just judge. I mean, have you seen clips from Iran? I'm not sure, because I know it's not in everybody's algorithm. Have you seen what's happening?
I can bring it up. Like, you got something you want me to put up? I have.
I mean, I have a million clips you can share if you want to play some clips so people get a better idea of.
What do you want me to look up? Because I could search anything in here.
I mean, if you just type in like hashtag free Iran, I'm sure a million videos will pop up.
Oh,
unless you want me to send
X? I can do X.
Yeah, X, Instagram, they all have the clips. But I will say this, man. We're a different culture, right? Like our culture, you look at any Iranian I'm sure some of you in the chat room, you probably know an Iranian or two. Any Iranian you see that's in Europe, in America, in Canada, wherever, none of us are poor. Everybody gets educated. They become doctors, engineers, like lawyers. No one is a bum here. You don't see Iranian like thieves and gangbangers and like that shit doesn't exist. So if that country is given the opportunity to educate itself, that country is going to thrive. It's not going to be the same as like Afghanistan. It's very different. It's a different culture, bro. It's a very, very different culture.
Yep.
And there is millions of millionaires that are Iranian. Well, not millions, but a lot of Iranians that are millionaires all across Europe, all across America, and a lot of them already said, we will put money back into Iran to help rebuild it. So I'm not so worried about like the future of it. I just need to get these bastards out of here. That's the only thing we need help with. We don't need help with rebuilding the country, choosing somebody. We're good. We have a plan. We don't have weapons. That's the problem. We don't have a Second Amendment right. We don't have we don't have weapons, and they have machine guns and bombs, and they're fucking killing us, slaughtering us. That's the only thing that we need help with.
So this is Tehran, right?
Right.
That they're having these protests here?
Yep. Well, it's in every city in Iran. It's literally over 140 different cities. Wow. Every city, every village,
that's like everybody's in the streets. That's crazy.
Bro, millions of people, millions and millions and millions of people are outside.
And the only reason this footage is even a thing is because Elon Musk satellite service called Starlink is up in the
Starlink.
Yeah, it's up there right now that whoever has power, because the government turned off the power. So there's a lot of people without power.
So those yellow cars that you see, those are the IRGC cars. They're either the yellow cars or they'll be in white with like the
like taxis.
Yeah. They're like they have the green band around them.
Damn, that's funny. All right, so we got this here. Is this the old flag?
I do want to find you some specific clips, though. Let me find you a couple of clips that I would love for you to play.
Yeah.
I think...
Send them to me in Discord, and I'll put them up.
Yeah. So you cover the floor for a second. I'm
ripping off the old flag. Look at that. That's the old flag. Ripping it off.
Yep.
Yeah, this dude is saying no. This my flag, Mexican flag. No, that's upside down. No, Iranian flag. Hey, sorry, I'm just. It was
right, so I'm gonna send you one clip. I'll send it to your direct message.
DM
I have plenty, but
DM me on Discord.
Yeah, I sent it to you on Discord. Yep.
All right.
So these are some weapons that people are creating themselves because they don't have anything to fight back with. So just a quick idea of what people are doing. And by the way, this is in the UK.
That's
Reza Shah, he asked.
Bro. Look at those.
Well, he asked everybody.
You know what this reminds me of? You ever played the game Dead Rising? Or Dead Island?
I know what it is. I haven't seen it.
You ever played Dead Island? It looks just like Dead Island when you make makeshift weapons.
Yeah, so they're taking literally pipes, putting screws in there, nails, like they're making homemade guns, like all kinds of blades, bro. Yeah.
Jesus. Yo.
Yeah. I got so many more. I'll send them through. Which ones I can show you guys.
Yo.
I love this clip. So this is a clip of the one that I just sent you. It's an IRGC member. He's caught in traffic, and some dude just comes over and does a ninja kick and kicks him off. It's fucking phenomenal.
What?
I just sent that one to you.
I'm gonna if they have music on here, I'm gonna have to like close them. Oh, dude, what the heck? Oh my, what was that? Was that an IRGC guy?
Yeah. Yep. So that's the IRGC guy with the helmet.
Yeah.
And they got him right there.
Blasted.
Yep.
Dang. Wow. Dude, that's crazy. So there's a whole bunch of footages, like people here. She's smoking, burning his portrait. All right, man. So what is it exactly that you want out of this, other than just, you know, the changeover for government wise? Like, what is the future for Iran for you? What do you see, let's say, in the next 5 to 10 years after, you know, things have settled and whatnot? Where are you at mentally for this?
I think it's going to be exactly that, man. I think it's going to be the ally for America other than Israel in the Middle East. I think it's definitely going to stabilize the Middle East. It'll actually be peaceful in the Middle East for once. And this is the biggest thing that's happened in the Middle East in literally 1,000 years, bro. Like this is the biggest thing that's happened since the Nazis going down. You know what I mean? Like this is huge. And I'm sending you a couple more clips. I know we're getting a little late, but I did send you a couple more clips. I think these are definitely worth shedding some light on because it's looking crazy out there, man. And keep in mind, dude, these are from like 4 or 5 days ago because we don't have internet right now. So it's even crazier now. Just wait until they actually get internet back, then you'll be able to see what actually happened. Because right now, these are older clips when there was still semi-peaceful. Right now, they're out there to kill because it's kill or be killed, man.
Yeah, you can see in the streets, there's way more people now than there is like in these videos.
Now watch this guy. They definitely killed this guy 100%. But he sprayed him with gasoline right there. That's the IRGC members on the motorcycle. And they caught this guy. There you go. He's spraying him. Set him on fire. All time, man. It's a wild scene,
bro. I heard that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same dude. Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at the next clip I just sent you. So they're just fighting back with Molotov cocktails, bro. That's basically what they're fighting back with is rocks. And so this is IRGC in the parking lot. Somebody from the apartment building throws a Molotov cocktail right at him.
Wow.
Throws more. Yep. This is how you got to get rid of them, bro. This is the only way. It's the only way.
So let's
This is from like day 2. Mind you, we're on day 18 now. So this is when people were barely outside. Imagine what it's like now.
Jeez.
Look how many Molotov cocktails are thrown at the government building.
All right.
Yeah, man. Again, I'm biased, man, but I'm telling you, man, my people are warriors. We're not. Again, if there's an Afghani listening to this, no offense, but we're not Afghanis. We know how to fight. As you can see, we hold shit down, man. Once we're liberated, we'll never go back. It's not going to be like the Taliban where we lose in one day and they come back. This shit's not happening, bro. They're already fighting them. They're already weakening them to their knees with no fucking weapons. You know what I mean? These people, they will die for this cause, bro. You know, we're different.
I'm glad that,
you know?
Yeah, I'm glad that you definitely you got a plan, you know, you have this, you know, this gusto when you start talking about it and you like sound hopeful and everything is, well, yes, J Media outnumbered. And that's the one thing, right, government needs to remember is that there's only like probably 50 to 150 max, like 1,000 government people, officials and whatnot in the entire government. But you got to deal with millions of people. And when your public has lost faith in you, you need to fucking worry. And these guys have done the worst to their people. So there's no faith in that government no more. So there's just, it's like, you're going to go or we're making you go. And you're right, Queef. That's exact. That is pretty much why a lot of governments fail. Like we could take this into like what's going on now in Minnesota, right? Governor Walz has lost the faith of his constituents. He's not going to go back for re-election. He's done. He's cooked, right? Because the amount of fraud they found on this dude in his state alone is in the billions. Just like you allowed Somalians to take over freaking Minnesota, bro. Like, fuck.
It's crazy.
So it's wild.
Yeah, I do want to mention
yeah.
this also. So what they're doing is, like I said, there's definitely over 20,000 killed so far and counting. And what they're doing is they're holding the dead bodies hostage. So they're not letting their family members get the bodies unless they pay equivalent of $30,000, which nobody has right now because the economy is trash. So, yeah, so they're keeping people's bodies. It's gross, man. It's a gross regime. I think they are the most disgusting regime out there, to be honest with you. And I don't want to have any association with them, hence the reason why we're fighting them. Because we've had to, all my life, I've had to fight any school I went to, bro. I got in so many fist fights because I had to defend myself because everybody said, oh, well, you're a terrorist, this, that. And when you're not from that culture and it's just, you were lumped into that out of force and it's only 47 years old that you're involved with this shit. I don't know, man. It does something to you, man. I'll never forgive them for it. I don't care, man. I don't care. Islam has no place in my life. Has no place in my country. If other countries want it, if Europe is loving this shit, you can have it all, bro. We don't want it. We're good.
And not to make this about anything like in particular, but I just want y'all to keep something real quick. There is no building, guys. It still says Duca Holding Court. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do this. I have Dennis derangement syndrome. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what other buildings are missing? All the IRGC buildings, man. Bring them all down.
Boom.
They're
Let's
taking
go.
them down.
You nailed it on the head. Now I'm
full circle.
Mondo, you keep us posted on this stuff, okay?
And
then I want to update if there's something drastically happening and everything, and you want to come back up and just give us updates. If you talk to the family and whatnot, let us know, and I'll bring it up and into a stream and mention it if you want, or I could bring you up and have you mention it so that way you can give the people something. I dig this. Thank you. I don't want to keep you guys too long on this. We just wanted to talk about this and let him get it all out. And I appreciate you, Mondo. Hopefully, everything's working out okay over there for your fam and they're safe and all that. And if they were able to leave, hopefully they're in a spot where they're safe and whatnot. So,
appreciate it, man. Once again, thank you for asking me to come on and giving the platform. And anybody out there, man, if you want to help, Iran is in a blackout. It's been 4 days without internet. The best thing you can do is, like a post on Instagram, like something, get it in the algorithm, post it, reshare it on your story. And if you're not that type of person, I get it too. I don't judge, but I'm saying if you're the type that's been waving the Palestinian flag and the rainbow flag and the Ukrainian flag and all that, it's a good time to raise the Iranian flag too. We could use it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
All right, man.
Hey, dude.
Pleasure,
take
man.
Care. Yeah, man. No problem. Have a
Always.
good one.
Love.
All right. Let's give a hand to Mondo, man, for being a G over here. This guy is going through it with the whole situation over there and still able to be up here for an hour. People, I have been terrible with the chat. I wanted Mondo to take the thing, and I was reading everything, but I wasn't able to respond. I'm glad Mondo was taking over the chat, like talk to y'all. And Queef, I did read yours, and I'd read all y'all's comments. I just wanted him to just speak his mind and what he thought about everything that's going on. Again, my thoughts on everything that's happening is U.S. is definitely at fault for the regime takeover back in the 70s because of President Carter. His weak leadership, a lot of things were destabilized during his tenure. And then it happened again when Obama took over, and then it happened again when Biden took over. The only times of like when things were calm was when Reagan was in office and Trump. Any other time in between there's been either some kind of war or some kind of like, action that's been against either us trying to take over a country or trying to, redo a regime change and whatnot. The last few months of conflict we've had has been strictly to take out the threat, and that's it. So we took out the nuclear sites because they weren't listening in Iran. We took out the Venezuelan government has now been shifted towards peace, and we have somewhat of a situational control. We need to be very careful because that could go out of hand really fast. We need to make sure that they have a replacement in government really quick and that they have a leader that everybody believes in. If DJ becomes president, this wouldn't be a problem. I'm glad you're here, Bert. I want to show you something. You're gonna have to explain this to me. You ready? Because I really need an answer as to why this exists. Why does this property show this name? And it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. What is going on, Bert? What is this? If DJ was president, every dude would say they got drugged and robbed. They drank too much and flaunted his money. Yo, if DJ became president, the reporting of booty hole bandits would have gone up 1,000,000%, because anal bleeding is a thing, y'all. And let me tell you, especially when you are telling people to come at you, come get me, come. I want that. He was talking to Nasty Nate. He wanted it. But yo, Royce, hit up your boy. He bought the name Liquid Blue, guys. He did not buy the building. You cannot buy a building that's $100,000 worth for $10,000. You just can't. Anyways, I'm going back and listen. I bet this was awesome stream. Oh, Bayou Peach. Yes, it was, because most of it was about the situation going on in Iran, the history. He lost his iPhone 17. No, I'm not going to. You go out there asking for it, you're gonna get it. Most of it was like, history of what's going on in Iran, what led to the conflict, and what happened to the people, and pretty much going forward what he wants for his country. And he already said that he's going to take the time to go back, and if he gets the opportunity, he was going to help with humanitarian help over there to help rebuild. And I think that's admirable. So that's cool. GG Mondo, that's really admirable of you, man. Like, and if your country becomes like the richest one, you get a property over there, bro, you better send me an invite. I want to go over there and check out some Mideast countries, dude. I haven't been over there. I'll tell you what's going on. Ownership is being made. The city is a little slow and dumb updating their database. Sure. Hey, Holly. So, guys, now that I got some of y'all here Saturday, would you like a earlier stream on Saturday, or is 3 p.m. good for y'all? Would you like something like 12? Remember, we have people on the West Coast, so it'll be 9 a.m. for them. But again, what I'm thinking is a Switch game called Quiplash. And if you're not familiar with what Quiplash is, oh, look, the building that doesn't belong to DJ. It's a pretty cool. So this game here, it's pretty nice. I like it. It's a good little game. Show you a couple of videos of it.
They set me up and schemed to ruin my life.
Whoa, why are we clicking links? What is going on?
Just apologize for what you did. Just apologize.
No, Tony.
I don't want to. You guys are showing me
The
stuff.
world is gonna know the truth.
No. All right. Nah, I don't want to do this. But if you go to YouTube, type in Quiplash, you guys have an idea what's going on. So what it's about is you use your cell phone. So that's the coolest thing about it, is that you don't need to be a part. Just make sure. Thanks, Bobby. I see what you're doing. It's good. It's good fun. You guys can type in your chat, or not in the chat, but inside of the responses, you type with your cell phone, and then you get to see the hilarity go down. So I like it. It's one of the fun games I've played. But there's more than one just game in Jack in the Box. So it has a whole bunch of games. And this one we could start with, because like again, we could do, it has I think up to 8 people could play. So we can bring in 8 people. You guys don't have to talk. All right, I could talk for y'all, but if you want to be in the Discord, that's fine. We could all do a Discord call, and we could all be in that Discord call. Up to you. It's not required. It's not a requirement. So if a couple of people want to be in there, that's cool. Everybody else can be in their phone and just chatting it up. Yo, what's good, D? Was that Dyke? I put D. I'll call you D. What's good? What's good? So. You love having game night. Yeah. So we're going to do something like that at 3 or 12. You guys let me know if it's 3 p.m. or 12 p.m. because the game's going to last a bit. So anyone who is, that wins that night, I got you, D. No problem. I'm going to call you D for short because I don't want to have to read your whole name. I'll call you D like I call J Media J. And so what we'll do is we'll play the few rounds. Anybody who wins that round, you win the $25 gift card. So it'll be like, if you win the round, you got it. So the best responses that you vote for, those are the ones that, and everybody can participate too. So you can be a spectator. So I'll put the code up, and then everybody can participate. So there's nobody doesn't get not a chance to partake in this. You can vote as well in there. Yeah, Bert. Thanks. Thank you for that. The thing is, I don't want to say it out loud because it sounds like something I shouldn't be saying out loud, because I'm not someone that like prides in that. That's for that other channel. Let me see, so you can see my face. That's for that other channel. We don't talk about that other channel here. The channel, the Voldemort channel, the channel which we should not name. Look, guys, all I do is not talk about it, and if I don't talk about it, then it goes away because they don't have content, bro. You're an idiot. You gave me all the content in the world when you say you were buying a building. $10,000. You really think? And then you go to a club because you want to promote yourself. You look like the corniest motherfucker on the planet, where a freaking good-looking Hispanic lady goes, yeah, he's got no game and he's a lame. You went to girls that had boyfriends. I had a lot of chicks in the chat. All of them were taken. It's like, what? Oh, see? You use my name and you get blocked? Come on. That's so freaking crazy work. You know how many times your name has been here? You know how many times Ski's been in here trying to defend you, and Bert? Like, are you serious? And I don't ban people. You know who bans people? People who portray themselves as SA victims when they get their Jordans taken and their chain snatched like they're friggin' Debo. That dude ran away. But guys, like this. You ready? He gonna cry in the car. He gonna cry in the car, y'all. That dude went and cried in the car. He ran away like Red did in friggin' Friday. Okay? They took his chain. He's like, I'll tuck my chain in. And then them dudes came in there and was like, what you got on my 40, homie? All right. DJ's like, just take my shoes. Just take my shoes. And then he goes, what does he grab? He grabs like something like this, and he's going, does that look like a hit? Does that shape of a gun? Hold on, let me. Yeah, that. Oh, wait, no, a little more. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. That's what he was doing. Then he's like, I gotta go to the hospital because they put something in my drink. They put something in my drink. Motherfucker, they didn't put shit in your drink, bro. You know what they did? Nothing. You know what you did? Everything. Like, the bartender didn't slip anything in your drink. Your toxicology report came back 0. Your behind was just hungover, dehydrated, didn't eat right. All right. And you took too much alcohol for your body. Your BMI and your, like, if you weigh, 45 pounds and you drink like a bottle's worth of alcohol, chances are you gonna be drunk. And you drink fruity drinks, bro. You drink sweet drinks. Do you understand that sugar and then the alcohol, it kind of like, it makes it worse rather than you just taking it straight? You literally just made yourself almost comatose from the drinking. You drink the sweet drinks slow. Bro is like this. That thing was gone in 5 seconds. He sucked so hard, he could suck the fucking pearl out of that damn straw. He could suck a pearl right through that skinny straw. That's how hard he sucked it. This guy has no sense of self. He is completely oblivious. He was walking around that damn club looking like Cash Money from 2004. Got some damn nerve to say, I'm that guy. No, you're that friggin' village idiot. And then, guys, he buys more jewelry that's even flashier and shinier than the one he got jacked with. He bought the whole accessory set. Like, are you like, bro? If you didn't think you had a target on your back before, if your dumbass goes there with that tripod again, but then they see you brought bling, they're going to go, this dude is either really, really stupid or he's mentally disabled. Because who tells themselves, I'm going to go straight back there and I'm not going to get assaulted. But I'm going to go looking more flashy. Because taking my Jordans wasn't enough. No. No, I need you to stomp me into the ground until I'm one with the pavement. Like, what? Yo, Bert, you're going to be the reason why he gets stomped the fuck out. Yeah, he's both. Okay, Bobby, I get it. Mixed drinks are also delayed. They hit you once. Yeah. So he stopped drinking and he starts going, he's looking for the bathroom, right? And then he leaves the bathroom. He can't walk. He's having trouble going up and down the stairs. That's when I realized, like, all those drinks hit him right then and there. No wonder you passed out. You know what you did, dude? The worst thing you could have done? You sat down. DJ, do you understand when you sit down, you kind of like made blood rush to your head and not the healthy kind, you had like the ones with all the alcohol in it go to your head. So of course you black out. You put too much in your head, bro. You didn't eat bread. Like, come on. You're gonna be 40 and you don't even know how to drink properly, bro. You learn this over time. In your 20s, you puke your brains out, and then you go, "Oh, I'm not gonna do this again." Then you do it again and again, and then you realize, if I eat before I drink, like carbs, pastas, bread, potatoes, you put all those in your body, you start noticing it's not as hard when the next day. And it's the most important thing you drink there, DJ? You're supposed to drink water. You didn't have one iota of water in your body. But you are under police report labeled as a SA. So my heart goes out to you as an SA victim. I hope that you get the healing and the therapy that you need to get, sir, because that's very tough living with that in your conscious, that you can't even go into a car without feeling like you're going to get some anal bleeding. I'm so sorry that you had to experience that. I really do hope that you go to therapy for this, please. Please, 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 please go to therapy. We don't need you hurting. Okay? He's like Mike Tyson. He went to the hospital. He was like, I have tremendous pain. I have some bleeding. And he's like, what? It's anal. Yeah. He called himself that for clicks. Give him a break. Break is BREAK, by the way. They took his shoes to downtown to be cold. No, you know what? Those guys have a heart there, J Media. They left him with his socks on because they were like, it's cold outside, bro. Can't take this dude's socks. Because he was wearing the Nike socks. There's no way he wasn't. What did V8 say? Hey, now, both of y'all, lame, letting your homeboy talk about black people over, don't even know, was robbed and drunk. Oh, he did know. He did know. DJ knew exactly who it was. All right, guys. Cat's out of the bag. I knew what was happening that night, okay? The reason why the Amazing Series is over and I'm not doing the Amazing Series no more is because DJ was missing for quite a long time. It was almost like 6 hours he was missing. No one knew where he was at. Dude knew he went into that car, all right? Because he told Cali Girl who it was, all right? Because Cali Girl booked the room, all right? With her card, all right? This whole thing, DJ put it all himself. And he doesn't realize that this is all on him. And he now is starting to take accountability that he put it on himself. But he tried to blame me. Guys, he tried to blame me. I'm the reason why. Because I had too many haters telling me I ain't this, I ain't that. And I had to go prove myself. So I was like, well, how is it my fault that you don't know how to control your alcohol? 1. 2, you didn't even prep for the night. You overdrank. You drank way too much. You probably got mild alcoholism poisoning. You have mild alcohol poisoning. Like it was definitely like you probably had a 0.23. You were probably in that range because when you go up to those numbers, you don't remember anything at all. Those are kind of nights. And dude, you didn't have 4 drinks. You had 8 minimum. And then that's a minimum. I think you have more. And then you were drinking at the hotel by yourself, dancing to yourself and recording at the same time, looking like a damn fool. You went there with the agenda of getting yourself out there, but you did. You got yourself out there. Your name is out there as the village idiot who is a lame, who was buying drinks for everybody, who got beat up that night, and they took your shit. And then you're like, no, I'm that guy. I'm going to go back out there and I'm going to show them again. DJ, once you're marked as a lame and you're that guy that they're going to pick on, it makes sense why these things happen to you so many times, because you don't learn your lesson. You're a lame and you're corny and you're a dork, and what you should do if you want to be protected, all right, DJ, you need to wear anime shirts. Put a Naruto fucking headband on. All right? Have a jacket that says Dragon Ball on it, or like Bleach. And your shoes, wear Converses. And then no one's going to touch you. And then you carry a card and you give it to them and start a tab. No one's going to even look your way. And then all you got to do is not talk about yourself as being a famous YouTuber when you got 20 people in the chat. All right, you got 27 people in chat. He said today that this is all an act and people would be afraid of him in real life. Yeah, okay. Sure. But he goes on a racist rant against his own people like Clayton Bigsby. This guy. Converse catching strays like Honda. Dude, if that dude put on Versus, right, and he had on like anime clothes, you really think these guys would pick on him? They just like, man, I feel bad for this dude. He corny as shit. He ain't even worth robbing. I swear, no one would look another, like, if he was just the biggest cornball on the planet, if he was just the biggest cornball on the planet, nobody would look at him. They won't look at him. He would be just that guy that, oh, okay, I feel bad. He'll feel bad. But that's it. You can't go in there acting like you're the freaking, your shit don't stink. Yo, Chuck Taylor's right. Yo, no one would complain if you wore the Chucks, if you wore anime stuff, if he had like the ripped jeans, if he had like the emo hair and he was like going like this and stuff, and he starts singing, tonight is the night that I will fall for you over again. Don't make me change my mind. If he had some secondhand serenade going on, you know what I mean? Or he played some Paramore, or some Simple Plan, this dude would never get picked on. Emo isn't dead, y'all. But he wants to be gangster, bro. There's not dude, I got more gangster in my pinky finger than you got in your whole body, bro. My pinky, I'm more gangster than you. And you know what's crazy? I don't even try to be gangster. I wear my freaking pants on my hip with a belt. But Bobby, isn't Paramore Paramore is dope, right? But see, for DJ, that's to help him not get beat up. Like, we could teach him how he can stay away from getting his ass kicked by acting like a dork. Act like a freaking dork, bro. Like, you need to be your true self. You're a freaking dweeb. You're a dweeb. You're a dork. You're a dude that looks like you smell like piss, shit, and fucking onions. Just go there. Don't shower, bro. People will feel bad for you. You'll get the attention. All right. If he would sing that night, they would cut him off and kicked him off for being deaf. Right, dude. And to save him, he has to wear all that corny gear, and he goes and sings that I'm a mess right now. I'm a mess right now in the silence and out. I'm a mess right now. Like, if he did that stuff, it'd be the greatest thing ever. And it record it too, because then the lame stuff, it would stick. You know, like, oh, he's lame, but girls would be like, yeah, kind of cute though. They'd be like, he's so dorky, it's cute. That's how he wins. Yes, Misery Business. I wish I could sing. My voice is so dicks. Was it? Oh my gosh. Because it feels so good. Yeah, I can't remember Misery Business right now. But there's so many other songs, man. You know, like for him, Simple Plan would be perfect, right? The song Perfect. He'd be like, hey, Dad, look at me. Sit down and talk to me. Did I grow up according to plan? Because then you could go, because we lost it all. And it's not too late. I'm sorry I can't be perfect. But it's just too late. And we can't hold back. I'm sorry I can't be perfect. Like, it would be so great, right? And V8, guess what? It's more easy to deal with my shit with my voice all jacked up than to hear I'm right now. Like, bro, you can't even. Dude, you know, that night when DJ became an SA victim, this guy was singing. He was a rapper that night. This dude was like, they took my chain, they took my Jordans. I told the brother, I said, damn, what's next? and his cousin Chris is like, he got my homie hemmed up and they all around. Cousin Chris, DJ got to regulate. Oh, yo, shout out to Warren G and Nate Dogg. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg. Oh my gosh. Pearl Jam would be the best, considering you can't understand the actual singer. Oh, Pearl Jam, yeah, that guy. Emo for life. Let's go. Yeah, I'm a big emo sing. I love listening to emo, man. It's so great. Oh my god, I remember William saying that to his dad on Girlfriend's Word. He did. No way, really? I liked the show Girlfriends. That was funny. DJ is most def a dork moonlighting as a star. Thank you, Bobby. Reminds me of Hey you guys. Yeah. Oh man, shout out to Goonies. Well, that was fun shitting on DJ for the last half hour. Word, K. Look, I'd be doing karaoke in K's chat, y'all. You shout out to K. You gotta go over there and like sometimes when I'm popping in, I'll be like putting in lyrics. It's funny. I do karaoke in there. I'm like, guess the song. I just wish I had my singing voice back. Because then I could do some Bruno Mars, but my voice is not 100%. But yeah, moral of this whole story is that DJ's a dweeb who got his booty hole taken. His manhood was taken. He's trying to lie about it. And then he was flashy, and he got his ass kicked for it. So that's funny. And then this dude got the nerve to say that I'm not going to put any content out. Bro, you gave me too much content. You gave me so much content, I had to literally take a break from you. And all I'm doing is just restreaming your dumb stuff. Yeah. K. Please, K. Can you do What a Man when you do your stream? I would love to hear it. I don't do karaoke, not on sober. I'll go give me that liquid courage. Oh man, I can do it sober. So I like to do like rap, rock, punk rock, all that stuff. Some R&B. Oh, nice. Last resort, huh? Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Due to suffocation, no breathing. Don't give up. If I cut my arm bleeding. This is my last resort. Oh yeah, that's a heavy song, man. I like Mr. Brightside as like a sing along for everybody. That's how you nurture your audience. Sheesh. Good Lord. And that stage fright, man, hard to get past when you're sober. When I do the karaoke, I'm on the floor, so there's no stage. It's like with all the other people. It's almost like you're a singer in the crowd, you going through the crowd. Got me 8th grade watching. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, like there's so many songs like Linkin Park, Korn, like Freak on a Leash is good. Freak on a Leash, when I used to have like a whole stereo system in my other Honda. Yes. So in my other Honda, I had like $7,000 worth of stereo equipment in there. I had like Infinity Kappas. I had Rockford Fosgate amplifiers and T1 Rockford Fosgate T1s. They were 1200 watt subwoofers. And I got let's see, what else? I had like 3 amplifiers. I had 2 Alpines, one for my lows and highs, or my mids and highs, and then the other one. No. I had the front speakers on one Alpine, and then I had another Alpine for the mids in the back, my 6x9s. And then I had the tweeters and the other ones, and then I had the other one for the amplifier for subwoofer. And then I had a 7.1 EQ. So I had an equalizer for the subwoofer. And then I had a Pioneer radio in there with the detachable faceplate. So with all that customization and everything, I would put on Korn, the Freak on a Leash, in that part where he's like boom da da mamma ni da da boom da da mamma ni da, when he does the go, and then you hear that bum 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 bum. Oh my gosh, my ears were bleeding. But I was like it was ringing in my ear, and I'm like, this is so cool. Just to hear that song, you don't even hear it anymore. You kind of feel it in your chest. That was dope. Like no one could touch me when I had that. Like I could even gone to competition. Never did competition, but I was damn sure like ready for competition. Just never fully did it. I'm gonna be honest, Vivaz is zoned out. I don't know any of those things you're talking about. Oh, stereo equipment, man. Here, let me show you. I'll show you what I used to have in my car then. Here, make it easy for you. All right. So for you, Queef, this is what I had in my car. This thing was made of titanium all the way down to the bottom. All right. This is what I had. Like the amount of it's the stereos that I was messing with, man. I was messing with some serious stuff. So and then I had Infinity Kappa. Like these are tweeters. These are your highs. These cannot be operated without a amplifier. You cannot run these on regular stuff. These need an amplifier. And it's very serious. Like this is serious stuff. Yeah. So I had these and I had the 6x9s, front and back. These are high quality. You see the price for these things? That's what I was spending for stereo equipment. All right. I had like 7 G's and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give up that life because my car got broken into and I was really upset about it. So oh yeah, and also Duco Holding Corp still owns the building. DJ owns the name Liquid Blue. He is a friggin' dummy. Anyways, talk about getting screwed over, huh, guys? Hey, you want to know a secret? You want a secret? If they're the owners, right? If they're the owners, does that mean they could take away DJ's access to the building? Oh no. Tick tock, tick tock. So, yeah. So, if you guys ever want to talk about history of music and all that stuff, and like what I like and all that, like what my go-to songs are, like, let's say, for instance, like I had done vocal lessons. I went to a vocal coach and did a couple songs, tried to increase my range and whatnot. I was working on Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I had to learn when to breathe in the lines of the song. I had to learn how to like when to put my voice high, when to put it low, where to sit it in the middle of where the song is so it doesn't go over the song and doesn't go under, it goes right there. System of a Down is good. SYOD. Oh my gosh, SOAD. Yeah, SOAD is good. I like Chop Suey. Chop Suey is my favorite. My second favorite is BYOD. That was good. Eric Clapton, nah. The only song I know from Eric Clapton is that song he did with that movie Phenomenon. I don't know who Eric Clapton is. No. All right. So let me cut this live here. Sorry to bore y'all to death with my interest in music and whatnot. I do want to have more of these panels kind of thing where you guys can talk about things that are important to you. Mondo was the start. Oh, Yeezy's good. Ah, no Zitchy. Yeezy's good. It's just sad that that Yee got all screwed up with his bipolar disorder, and then his mom died, and he wasn't right. He wasn't right. So all the music from 808s and Heartbreaks back is good. Anything past, like if you go forward from 808s and Heartbreaks, it ain't all as cracked up to be. No. But I think DJ likes just the guy Sean Combs. I think he just likes the dude because he literally tried to emulate him yesterday or this past Saturday. So we talking about rock music, Taj. You pushing 2000s hip hop. Amazing. Oh, interesting. I think Taj Coffee's Nab. So Nab, you know what I like? I like the song called the Ice Agents. Do you know that one? Call the Ice Agents. Call the Ice Agents. Call the Ice Agents. I'm coming straight out of the DHS. The Ice Agent. I'm gonna take you down. Immigration. So you Nab, you can go away. I think Nab is Taj Coffee. So let's wind this down. I appreciate y'all coming through. Thank you guys for listening to Mondo, and also like he said, spread the message on what's going on, and let them know that you guys are there. Conquistador, yeah, Vanilla Ice. Let them know, you guys are there thinking about them and all that. So, he's really kind of like invested. So it's a pretty serious topic, and hopefully his country goes back to the glory that it was before all this crap happened. And if you guys like panels like this, again, like talk about a topic that you guys want to discuss, you're more than welcome. We could do one-on-ones. And guess what? Best thing about it is I don't post a link. You come up, you can talk, you say what you need to say, and then you're done. You can leave. That's it. There's nothing serious about it. All right. And with that, y'all take care. Have a good evening. And man, I got this itch, y'all. I don't know what to do. Oh, I know.
I gotta get back to betting. I gotta get back to betting. I gotta get back to betting.